Hello guys, come on in, come on in. This is going to be a really fun stream because I haven't seen you guys in a long time. And also, we haven't talked about Father in a long time. Believe it or not, I was planning on quitting Father completely, basically 50 grand down the drain. I was done with that game. I went through a weird moment in my life where I just didn't want to make that game anymore. But we're going to make this game, okay? And we're actually, me and Felipe, my team, are really excited to make this game. We have a ton of fire in our bellies to make this game, but we're going to start over in a lot of ways. So I want to show you what we're doing. I'm going to open up Unity and show you how we're recreating this game in a lot of ways from scratch. Before we jump into that, I wanted to let you guys let you know that this live stream is sponsored by Full-Time Game Dev. This is my course, okay? How many of you in the chat are students at Full-Time Game Dev? I know there's a lot of you who have left really great reviews. There are 5 coupon codes for this stream today. Just 5 coupon codes for 50% off this premium program, 30+ hour program, where you're going to learn everything that I've learned in, well, like half of my life, really, making indie games and securing enough money to continue to make those games. That's the kicker. How do you make money? How do you do it full time? How do you go full time before you even finish your game? That's the question. And I have 3,000 students worldwide who are in this program, in the private Discord community, learning everything that I've learned about making indie games, 2D and 3D art tutorials, marketing, publishing, C#, securing funding, hitting the Steam front page, getting people to play your game, getting the press to check out your game. Believe it or not, there's strategies that I had to learn, and I don't want you guys to, well, struggle like I did. So hopefully you can learn those secrets with this program. Guys, this supports you, obviously. This is an investment in your future. If you're interested in becoming a full-time game developer, there is a path that I teach in this 30-hour program. Also, it supports the channel. It's actually what is funding my game, okay? So if you want to see Father funded, your support and you learning in this program actually continues to move us along making this game. All right, let's jump into Unity. I'll see you on the other side. By the way, guys, feel free to download my free 2D game kit below. It's totally free. It's my treat to you. I used this exact 2D game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and then I got to play it in front of his subscribers, which was really awesome. So download that. Use it however you want. It's my treat to you. Yeah. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the new version of Father. Looks kind of blah. No offense to Felipe, the 3D modeler. Without the lighting and without the effects, and that's how the world would look without lighting, without the effects. But once we hit play, let me show you, we're working on interiors right now. We're really focused on interiors because the majority of the game, the new game, this is all brand new. All of this is brand new. And we've been working super hard. Felipe's been doing an incredible job sort of letting me, I'm kind of all over the place sometimes, still learning how to do this, make 3D games, because I make 2D games, but this is my first 3D game. But when we hit play, you'll see, like, what, let's mute this here. You'll see what makes this game look, well, a little bit different than it used to. Things are a lot cleaner. Everything is super precise. These blocks here are 4x4, 4 Unity units by 4. These walls, 4x4. Everything has a strategic and precise size. The carpet, 4x4. It's almost Minecrafty. It's very blocky. It's old school, what you'd call a boomer shooter. It's old school sort of modular architecture. That's what we're doing right now. Originally, the game did have modular architecture, but it wasn't, the purpose of it wasn't to serve the gameplay. It rather was inverted, okay? Your environments, this is what I've learned. I'm learning a ton about 3D game development, and it's not without pain, because me and Felipe have gone back and forth trying to figure out exactly how we're going to do this, and it's definitely had some growing pains. Basically, you want your gameplay to dictate the environments, not the other way around. So you get the jump height perfect. You get the slide distance perfect. We have a new slide ability. You get the double jump perfect, okay? You get the dash perfect, okay? Let me mute the music so that we can listen to sound effects, because the music isn't exactly ready just yet. There we go. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, so let's pause it and take a look at this new modular architecture method. And before we do that, let's kill this guy. We have new enemies. We're using Mixamo for our animations. So you can get hit, and then you can shoot, and there's a beautiful ragdoll effect. So you can even put 30 of these enemies in this scene, and it runs pretty good. So we definitely have the ability. We also have the ability to open doors, camera shifts. So overall, guys, we've got ourselves a very scalable game. And I need you guys to be thinking for your games, what does it mean to be scalable? I don't even know if I'm using the right word. I just know me and Felipe use this word all the time. Is it scalable? Is it something that you can repeat over and over and over again and create new levels with your core elements that you've created? And that's really what we're focused on right now, is creating core elements. So let me show you an example. Everything you see here is minus the props. Let's not focus on the props. A prop would be like this painting here, or these candles here. That's a prop. But the architecture elements, they are, they're basically maybe, I don't know, maybe 30 total. But there's 6 or 7 core ones that we use over and over and over again. So for example, this carpet piece, it's just a block, okay? It's marked as static, meaning Unity can batch it, or it can, I don't know if that's the right word. It can bake lighting onto it, right? So there's a lot of baking and occlusion, culling that can happen with all these different modular pieces. Again, they're strategically sized. This is actually 4x8, but it's still following the 4x4 principle, okay? So we have these corner pieces. We have walls here, right? Everything is modular, and it's precisely designed. Felipe did such a good job in modeling this world to be super duper precise. This piece here, this is identical to, any block that's 4x4. They're all the same prefab. They just have different materials. Let me show you the beauty of this. If I want to swap out this top piece to be carpet, I just put the carpet. It's a material. There we go, right? This is a big deal. This is a huge deal because it allows us to create any type of room we want, and it's just blocks, right? So it's definitely got a Minecraft vibe. The question is, how do you ensure that your game isn't boring and it's just squares, right? The answer is great gameplay, obviously, but props, okay? So we have all these beautiful props here and lighting, and that is really what you would call just set dressing. It's a flourish. Now, one final thing I want to mention here. Everything is a platform. That's what me and Felipe decided. When we restarted this project about a month ago, we said, scrap every model we did, all the art, we're scrapping it. Basically, I think everything. We scrapped all the models. We scrapped it with the new intention of every freaking thing is a platform. Everything. So when Felipe and I were talking, well, what about bookshelves? Do we want bookshelves in this castle? I said, yes, absolutely. They just need to be platforms. Everything is a platform. Do we want tables? Yeah, but it needs to be a platform. Meaning it needs to be big and chunky and fat, allowing you to jump on it, and it's smooth. So here's an example. Super smooth walking on this table. The jump height is perfected. It works within the context of double jumping, okay? Of jumping. So that's really where we're at in terms of this modular architecture. So what I want to do is actually walk you through element I wanted to work on today. I figured I would just live stream it while I'm working on this. I could just do it alone, but I wanted to show you guys. I'm just really excited about it. So basically, I want this room to actually be wallpapered with Victorian wallpaper, okay? It doesn't have to look boring, all right? So I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do this. The first thing I wanna do is check the chat. Is everybody doing okay? There are trade-offs for modular design. This is from Dusty. Note that it's going to be big in this game. Not that it's going to be big in this game. One of the bigger drawbacks is the result of more draw calls. I want to talk to you about that. So this morning, me and Felipe had a long discussion about, it's called Mesh. What's it called? Mesh Baker. It's an asset on the asset store with a ton of good reviews. And I've tried it out today, and it's pretty remarkable. Basically what you do, once you have, and I'm learning, guys, so I'm not a super professional at any of this. I'm still figuring this out. What you do is you take all of these modular assets and you select all the ones you want to be baked. And then you click bake, and then it turns it into a mesh. And it uses a very small atlas of textures. So essentially what me and Felipe are doing here is we're creating a hyper modular world, right? This huge castle, and you can go inside or outside, which is great. The original version didn't have that. And then you convert this entire thing into a massive mesh that only uses one little atlas. That's basically what the goal is here. So you build out your levels, they get a green light or a stamp of approval from Thomas. We click bake, the level's done. And we can do that over and over and over again. Scalability is your best friend, especially in 3D games. Obviously with 2D games too, but you want to be able to scale. So let's scale, okay? Let's do a little bit of scaling for this game. Let's create those Victorian wallpapers, okay? That we fixed that. So Arfo said, Thomas, the biggest gripe with the demo. Trust me, there's a lot of gripes I have with the demo. In particular, basically everything. That's why we started over. You said one of your biggest gripes was you can't look up. Well, I can not only look up, look at that. I can do a backflip. And that's I just got chills. That's from Dusk. I can also do a front flip. So, but you can't do it when you're standing, only when you're jumping. Okay? And you even land on your feet. See? So it's huge. Like the player movement, the platforming, the dashing, the sliding, it's huge. I mean, let me show you an example of the benefits of having stuff like sliding. And then we'll do the Victorian wallpaper, okay? And just remember, those of you just joining us, this video is sponsored by Full-Time Game Dev, which is my online program. There are 5 codes available. These usually sell out during the live stream. So if you want to join the program, and if you're in the program, feel free to say hello. Let me know your honest thoughts about the program in the chat. I get a lot of good reviews. I would love to hear your thoughts, honestly. So click below if you're interested in joining. Okay, so really quick, I just want to show you guys what we can do with these gates. Instead of it being closed, I can deselect closed here. This is a script I wrote. We can say, no, I want it to be slamming. I want it to be a short slam and hit play. Now watch this. Now the gate isn't closed, it's slamming. Okay, here we go. So there's obstacles now. So the game is just, it's classic. It's a boomer shooter. And so having doors like that is totally, I was going to say totally rad, which that's pretty good language for a 90s style game. Also gates, doors open, so everything's working great. Pretty happy with everything. There's enemies. I can show you guys the enemies, but let's go ahead and move forward with showcasing what it means to have modular architecture that is scalable, okay? And I apologize if that's not the right word. That's just the word I've decided to use. Scalable, okay? So let's go to textures.com, and I just bought a subscription to textures.com so that we're using these legally. Let's type in wallpaper in all caps, right? Okay, we're gonna look for a Victorian wallpaper that we really like, and we want it to be loopable. Seamless, I need it to be seamless. That one looks pretty great, but we're gonna make it look a little bit more toony, but that's really the style we're going for. Any other ones that are just strikingly, and by the way, guys, the game that I'm referencing the most visually in my head, most of you hate this game, and that's totally fine, but it's my favorite game. It's Castlevania 64. We're referencing a ton, especially the villa level. We are definitely referencing that when it comes to just the Victorian interiors. This is great. This actually reminds me of a texture that I used in my very first game, Coma. So we're going to start, we don't need, I think big is fine. That's going to cost me 20 credits, you mother effer. It's worth it. I think that's probably fine. This download requires premium credits. 9 premium credits will be used. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, let's go. Okay. So I'm going to open this up first in Photoshop. Okay. Now, the game has a very toony art style, doesn't it? So we got to make it look toony. The first thing we got to figure out is, okay, if I'm going to throw a texture onto the walls, what's the standard size that we're using? Remember, everything is more precise now. We're not just throwing random textures everywhere. We're being very precise about how we do textures. Well, let's double click on this one. What size is it? 2048 by 2048. Great. Well, why not just take this and just paste it in here? Okay. We can scale it up a little bit, and I'll tell you why in just a sec. And we probably want to align it to the top, and that should make it repeatable. Okay. I'm going to crop it. Actually, let's not crop it. Let's just save it. Save as. Let's create a new folder. Remember, we're being very, very clean. A lot of you probably remember 2021, Thomas, where I was just like, my philosophy was just get it done, get it done, get it done. The problem with get it done is that you sort of dig yourself into a hole. And that's what we're doing right now, is digging ourselves out of the hole, or climbing out of the hole. It's better to be precise. And I've learned a lot, so I probably am going back on a lot of the advice I gave you in the past. We're being very, very precise, okay? So we're going to create a new folder. We're going to call this wallpaper. And we're going to call it, again, very good naming conventions here. Wallpaper albedo. Save. Go into Unity here. Let's go to our wallpaper that we just imported. And I know I have a different arrangement than maybe you do for your version of Unity. But this should do. Let's just go ahead and duplicate one of these here and just bring it into the folder. So duplicate is Control-D. I'm going to bring it into over here. And we're going to call, and this, Felipe loves doing this. And by the way, Felipe is the 3D modeler. I'm the art director, and I also do the code and stuff like this, and a ton of concept art, and just leading the team. Felipe's the 3D artist. So he loves to put material underscore and then whatever it is. So we're going to do wallpaper. Material, wallpaper. All we have is an albedo right now. We're going to do no metallic map, no normal map. We'll do a normal map in just a sec, don't worry. A normal map is, usually I don't like doing normal maps for my games because I like it to look really old school. But you can we're going to put some normal maps in this game just to make it look a little bit more premium, okay? Yes, it is live, Glitch VR. Where's the coupon? Take a look here. Let's see. I want to make sure that the what are you talking about? Are you saying there's not a coupon available in the chat? I know that some of you probably want to join the program for the sponsored video today. I just want to make sure. Join full-time game dev. Yeah, click the link below, and then it will take you to this page. Click enroll now, and then the coupon. Actually, yeah, it should be working. I'm going to double check for you guys. While we do that, there's a way to make your textures look toony, okay? And we're going to talk about that in just a second because we want to make sure we maintain a consistent style with all of these textures here. There's no coupon code there. Okay, so I'm going to add a coupon really quick to the video. The coupon for today is Happy Thursday, okay? Use code Happy Thursday. I'm going to put that in the description, okay? Use code Happy Thursday. That should do it, guys. So click that link below and use code Happy Thursday. All right? Okay. So let me know if that works for you guys. I know some of you are probably looking to join the course with one of those 5 available coupons. So let me know if that works for you, okay? All righty. So now We have our wallpaper material. Let's just go ahead and start adding it, okay? Now, eventually we would make prefab variants. What's the difference? Who knows the difference between a prefab and a prefab variant? That didn't work. I wonder why that happened. Huh. So that's something we need to address with Felipe. Yeah. Probably need to be able to put some, this probably needs its own material. I think that's probably what we need to do. So we can do that in Blender. But let's go ahead and add our wallpapers, okay? Looks kind of junky, but it's seamless. That's good, right? Let's hit play. Take a look. Yes, I know it's the UVs. Ooh, very nice. Okay, guys. So it looks like a... Oh, shoot. Get out of here. There we go. So for those of you who are curious what a prefab variant is, Creepy Pasta Interactive answered it very well. Okay, so it doesn't look like this game, does it? Let's go over here. No, this looks toony. It looks kind of like Wind Waker had a baby with Resident Evil. This looks like a cheap, I don't know, a cheap game. So here's the beauty. I'm going to go ahead and edit in Photoshop, okay? What we're going to do is I think we should actually scale it up, okay, significantly. So something like that. But Thomas, that's not seamless. I know. We're going to make it seamless. You can see the seams here. See that? But the size looks a lot better. In this game, everything's kind of much bigger and chunkier, right? So this looks great, okay? Now, we're not going to worry about seamless just yet. Actually, let's go ahead and worry about seamless. All you got to do to make something seamless, and we only need it to be seamless vertically, okay? Or, I mean, horizontally. Actually, vertically and horizontally. But I believe all we need to do is just create a duplicate layer. What you do is you flip it horizontally, and then you fade out the other side. Okay. That looks fine, actually. It's not terrible. Let's take a look. It's not the best thing ever. What if we do this? Let's try again. Maybe one over here. Let's try that. Take a look. It's fine. I think I have a better idea. Let's go back in time. Bing, bong, bing, go back. There we go. Okay. So I like this. There we go. I like that. So I think what we can do is copy that little piece. Okay. Copy and then paste it in. Scale her up. We're going to align it to the top and then scale all the way a uniform size to right here, okay? Let's save that, make sure that looks good first. Yes, yes, very much. Okay, and it's pretty seamless, actually. That's not bad. Okay, so the way we solve this is vertically and horizontally, it's not seamless. So what we do is we flip a duplicate layer vertically, and then we just fade the top edge. I think that'll do. Let's take a look. What happened? Wait, what? Oh, Thomas, we didn't duplicate. Okay, duplicate, there we go, and then fade. Huh. Flip vertically. Okay, and then you fade it at the top. You just look for that point where it looks fine. I think that looks pretty good, actually. Let's save that. Okay, vertically, that looks pretty good. Any horizontal issues? What do you guys think? Just barely. And that's a good thing. That means, and what we're going to do is merge these layers together, duplicate again, transform horizontally. It's a good thing that it's not that noticeable and we haven't even fixed it. There we go. Let's save it. Take a look. There we go. So for those of you who are saying, Thomas, it needs more decals. What are we doing right now? We're creating a scalable, here's a great metaphor. Okay? I did this yesterday during Unity. What is that? What is that right there? It's sheet music. Okay? Even though it's blurry, even though you can't see there's notes, you know that that is sheet music. Okay? That's because in the abstract, it makes sense. The same is true with your game when you're building the core system. You need to make sure that in the abstract, in its most rudimentary core, distilled down version, it works. It makes sense, that it works with the gameplay, that it's scalable, okay? So we're trying to get it just looking perfect, or it looking great just with a good texture. Then we'll do decals and all that good stuff later, okay? Alrighty. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's go back into our screen here. And I like to do this. I like to actually make things black and white, or at least let's actually do a huge saturation shift. I think what I want to do, guys, is a sort of greenish room. Okay, so like a, yeah, and darken. Yep, there we go. Good, let's hit play. Ooh, spooky. I like it. Very good. Bro, get out. All right. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now we got to make it look toony. All right, so let's go ahead and make it look a little bit more toony. Okay, let's close that, and Discord, close that, close that. Close that. All right. Okay, so let's make it look toony. How are we going to do that, guys? Well, the first step is you just merge everything together. Okay, I'm going to crop it just to get rid of that bottom piece that was below the canvas. What we do is we go to Filter, Blur, Smart Blur. Okay, and this should create a very toony look. In fact, you may even notice this in games like ouch, I just scratched my finger. Games like Skyward Sword. There's like a universal filter that they just on everything. It doesn't look the best, but it looks okay. So I think that that's totally fine. So this isn't perfect, but we're getting there, okay? We lost a lot of that sharpness, didn't we? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this layer, copy it, paste it over top, and just get a little bit more of that texture in there. Now, watch this. I'm actually gonna take this layer, I'm gonna do a big, huge brightness contrast. I'm just gonna keep going. Maybe bring up that brightness. What I'm trying to do, you can do it in a lot of different ways. You could use curves even, or levels, but we're just gonna get the black portion very clear cut, okay? And then I'm gonna blur it. I haven't done this yet, or at least in a long time. So I'm going to see if this works. Then I'm going to grab my magic wand tool. Yep, there we go. And I'm just going to keep selecting all the darkness. Okay. The theory is, actually, we could probably just get the light. Yeah, like that. Okay, I'm going to contract. I think contract by maybe 50. No, expand. We're going to expand by 50. 25. And we're going to see if we can make this look good here. So we're just going to add a little bit of a black coloring here to the inverse selection. Here we go. Let's see if this works. Probably not a good idea here. Might be okay. I think I need to get a little bit more selection. That's not bad, actually. That's pretty good. Hey, not bad. So I didn't need to do that contrasty stuff. Let's do a little bit of a... If we blur this and then select it, it might be easy. It might be cleaner. Here. Not bad. It'll be. I think it's okay. Let's try this out. Okay. Maybe do a little bit of overlay. Drop it down. Yeah, it's all right. And then I wonder what would happen if we took this. Oh, we're getting there. Yeah, we're getting there. I'm going to merge all that together. Do one more. Just overlay on top. Save it out and take a look. Hey, kind of fits. Okay, now we can go ahead and I think it's fine. I think it gets the job done. Okay, now wallpaper looks cheap if it doesn't have framing of some kind, all right? So let's go ahead and create some framing. Well, I know that we already have illustrations of framing that we can put into this texture. Well, you know, we probably need a normal map. So let's see if we can go to textures.com and find a normal map. Let's type in wallpaper, or how about like something like canvas normal. Nope, normal map. I want to find a normal map. I've never done this before. Do they have normals? Ooh, we have cool decals too. Fun. Look at all these guys. I need a normal map. PBR materials. Ooh, it's like a full set of material. I like it. So I wonder if some of these have a normal map like this little fella. Nope. Well, we can just create our own. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to go to pexels.com. I'm going to type in paper texture. That one will do. Something like this. Let's scale her up. Again, we're going for a big chunky look here. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to delete this layer, this layer, this layer, this layer, this layer. I'm going to save this as wallpaper normal, okay? And by the way, guys, I did fix the coupon code below, so if you're interested in joining the program, it does support my channel. It supports the development of this game. It really does, but more importantly, it does support you guys. I have over 3,000 students, so if you want 50% off full-time game dev, check it out. It's a great program. All right, guys. So if I blur this, do a little smart blur. Good. It's going to blur it and hopefully get rid of just a little bit of that pixelation there. If not, we can just blur it anyway, and then we'll create a normal map out of it. Yeah, I think I did it. Yeah. Okay, now let's create a normal map. We're going to crop it. Actually, let's go ahead and make it seamless. No, we'll make it seamless after we do the normal. I know that sounds weird, but we're going to do the normal first. So we're going to generate a normal map in Photoshop, which is not the best way to do it. It's not the best way to do it. But sometimes you have to make it a smart object for some reason. I don't know why. Let's take a look here. Hello? Okay, it's popping up. The heck? "3D, generate normal map." Come on, come on. There we go. Sweet. We don't need that much detail. That's good. Okay, now let's make it, you know, seamless. So we're just going to flip it vertically. Fade out the bottom, or fade out the top. Merge those together, and then do it to the horizontal as well. There we go. Maybe do a little bit more like that. Gotta find the sweet spot. That's fine. Okay, we're gonna merge that together. That's our normal map. So let's add a normal map to our wallpaper now, okay? Drag it in. There we go. And then we're gonna fix it. There we go. Got a little bit of a normal map here. Let's enter play mode. I'm gonna get rid of this walker so he doesn't keep killing me. And then let's hit play. All right. So it's definitely a little too, obviously, it's a little too exaggerated. So we're going to go 0.5. And if I make a material change inside of That's pretty good. If I make a material change inside of play mode, we're going to see that change and it's going to save it. Okay. Probably want to add a frame to this, sadly. But we can talk about that later. Okay, let's go ahead and add. And this is what I'm talking about, scalability. This is what I mean. We're going to duplicate this, and we're going to create a frame, okay, or an edge. So this would be called, let's make sure we're using proper naming conventions. So we could go to our carpet red 1, brick wall 1 edge. Okay, we're going to do, I'm actually going to remove the word albedo. It's pretty obvious that it's an albedo. Okay, so wallpaper 1 edge. Okay. The edging is going to be on the bottom, so I think I want to do that. Edge 1 edge bottom. I'm going to remove albedo from this one, and let me show you guys really quickly how we're going to do this. Okay. So let's open up the one I did last night. Okay. So I'm going to open up this here, and I'm just going to take this, just this object here in this, and it's a PSD, right? So we're not doing anything that is basically baking or like merging or rasterizing everything so that we can't edit it later. We can edit all these textures on the fly in play mode. So I'm going to open up that, and then I'm going to also open up our new wallpaper that has an edge that's a bottom. I'm going to duplicate this layer, and I'm going to go to 1 edge bottom, just like that. I'm going to hit save. And now we're going to create a new material. It's going to be wallpaper 1 edge bottom, same name. Okay, and we're going to drag that in, and now we can drag these in, and I'm going to need Felipe to what do you call it? Do a little bit more unwrapping, but essentially we shouldn't be seeing this one here in the middle. We just need to see it on the bottom, right? But overall, this one, and also like some of them are flipped wrong, and that's okay. You just fix them like that. See? So you can do these pretty fast changes. Let's take a look here how this looks. So that needs to be fixed. We could probably, I think I didn't pull on GitHub. That's probably what's going on. I might need to pull on GitHub because I'm not seeing some changes that I'm supposed to be seeing. But if we throw that in there, throw that in there, throw that in there, now we can take a look, and it's gonna need a normal map and even a height map if we can, okay? But you can see now it's just really quickly we can make a room look totally different with new textures. So let's add this to the normal map, okay? So let's go ahead and open up a new normal map. So we're gonna duplicate this normal map and call this normal 1 edge bottom. And these textures you can just reuse over and over and over again. Let's go to our brick wall edge bottom, and it has this normal map ready to go. So I can just bring it in to our new wallpaper, normal map. There it is, and save it. So yeah, like I said, it shouldn't be here. So this is something that Felipe will fix probably today or tomorrow. It's just going to be a clean wallpaper. That's because this UV is unwrapped twice. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and select our material here and go ahead and add the edge bottom normal map. There it is. What I'm going to do, did it not save? Is it? Oh, it's there. Okay, good. So we can take a look and see, if we turn on the lighting, let's just enter play mode again. We can take a look and see. I believe it has, yeah, subtle hints of normal mappage, right? The next question is it possible, I've never done this before. The next question is it possible to put a height map on there? I know we have a height map with our floor. This is something from the asset store. So let's go to our height map here and take a look. So it looks like how does a height map work? I've never done this. I think dark is deep and then white is high. So let's try it out. Let's see what we can do here. Is there also does it need to be clarified here what it is? No? Nope, no import settings. All right, let's try it. Let's try it. I'm curious to see what a height map does. Maybe you guys can help me out here. So the height map makes things, I think, literally elevated from the wall. So we'll see. We could do white here and then black here. Let's try it out. That's the theory. I've never done this before. File, save as, and this is going to be one normal. This is going to be the height map. We'll just do height map, or how do you spell height? Thomas. Height map, one edge bottom. Okay, save that out. All right. And we can see maybe, just maybe, will this work? The first thing I want to do is let's do it with the wood floor height map and just see what happens. Okay, let's wait for it. If I increase the height, it should ripple. Yeah. Okay, good. Good. Okay. So that's what happens when you add a different height map on there. See that? So the theory is, we'll see. The theory is we should be able to use this height map here. Yep, there it is. And create some elevation for the bottom and the top here. So I'm seeing elevation there, but it looks kind of strange. So I wonder if I need to like blur it or fade it out. Let's take a look. This allows us to basically, again, I'm learning, guys, but this basically allows us to not have a bunch of tries and a huge complicated mesh and just use a box, right? And yet it still looks 3D. That's the goal. So let's put some a blur here and take a look. Yay, look at that, guys. Okay, let's go into play mode and take a look at the lighting and see how it looks. Looks elevated. Now that, not so much. We need to fix that. But it's very subtle. It's like, is it elevated or not? You know, I think it does a pretty good job. What do you guys think? Cool. I like it. I wonder if we can increase it like crazy. Whoa. That's nuts. So we can actually make it look a little bit more harsh, like this. Probably need to do it at the bottom too. Okay, so that didn't work. I think it's just because the height map is just too high. There we go. Okay, so what about the top here? Oh, looks good. Yeah. The bottom there is a problem. Why is that happening? It looks really good, honestly. I like it a lot. Adding some drop shadow will probably solve a lot of problems. I think we're just going to need to do this. Put a little bit of white down here. What am I doing? Why? There we go. And the theory is we're not going to see this anyway because Felipe's going to fix this part. All we need to see is this down here. So it looks pretty good. Pretty good. I think the top portion of this should be dark. Let's do that. Watch this, guys. So I'm going to take, let's see here. It goes all the way to the, yeah. Okay, I think I got it. So what we want to do is put a topmost piece right here. It's like a dark, yeah, there we go. Let's try this. Let's take a look. Look at that. So that edge looks really good. I like that a lot, guys. It looks, oh my goodness, what if we made it like a white trim? You know, like there's a lot of different things you could do. You could go hue, saturation, colorize, saturation, drop it down, and then you could do like a big contrast. Just keep going. Make it look white. Let's drop the saturation a little bit. Do a little bit of colorize over top. Let's see here. Why is it doing that? 42%. That's why. yeah, you could do like maybe a subtle white look to it, you know? Maybe not so much of a normal map. But yeah, like that looks kind of crappy. But I think what we had looks great, honestly. I'm actually pretty satisfied. The shadow above it, is that just occlusion? That looks pretty sweet. I don't like that shadow. What's that shadow? Yeah, I don't like the shadow. There we go. Nice and clean and crisp. There we go, Harry. That looks great. Okay. So that won't be there. I could show you guys. Why don't we do create like left and right pieces too? You guys want to do that? So what we're going to do is just create left and right pieces now. Okay. So let's go ahead. Well, one of you asked, Thomas, why are you working on normal maps and texturing right now in this process? It's because we're trying to figure out how much fidelity do we need to put into the models themselves, the building blocks. And so if I can confirm, this is kind of a test, if I can confirm that I can create fidelity and make it look 3D, even though it's not, with just texturing and height maps, then I'm going to do that. Does that make sense? So let's go ahead and let's see here. Delete that. Delete this. Now, that's the bottom edge, right? Why don't we just go ahead and create a new piece that is a seamless top or side piece, okay? This is going to probably be a game changer. And I know I sound like I'm exaggerating, but just hold your horses. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go into that same one, that brick one, and there's actually a edge piece. Where's the edge piece? Cracker Jacks. I think it's over here. Where is it? Dang it. It's right here. This edge piece here, I'm just going to select. Why does the normal map look like that? Why is it so normally? It's just the lighting. Yeah, anyway. So let's open up this edge piece here. It's got a little, wait. What? Ah, yes, it's this one. Okay, so look, we have this little edge cube. We're just gonna convert that to a smart object, duplicate it, put it inside of the new wallpaper with the edge at the bottom. There it is. I don't know what happened here. That's the height map, Thomas. What are you doing? Wallpaper 1 edge bottom. There it is. Son of a bee. Hold on. There it is. Look. So now we have this beautiful looking edge piece. Okay. The theory is we should be able to flip this all over the place. So we'll see. Like you just kind of have to guess and check. So let's save it. And we're going to go one edge. We're going to call this a corner. See? So we have a corner piece. And then we're also going to have, let's take a look and just see if this works. So we got to create a new material, right? And the new material is going to be the same as this one here. Duplicate that. I'm going to call this one corner. So the theory is, I want to be able to just use this one over and over and over again. Okay, look at that. Pretty cool. Okay, so I'm seeing some weird stuff there. I think that's because of the height map. So we need a height map for this. And I also need one that is on the left side. So one on the right and one on the left. So this is going to be called one corner left. And then we'll need one right. Okay. So that we can put two wooden edge pieces. Okay. So that's the theory here. So we're just creating a lot of different. Also, I wonder if what I should do instead, because it's off center, I wonder if what I should do instead is shift it over by half and then have one over here. This is just so fun to me. I love this stuff. Check it out. Pretty cool. Now we'd want some with a top piece as well. So I really kind of need the unwrapping to be proper here for me to know. But we can create a lot of different cool shapes with all these different materials, right? Let's see here. Although I will say, if we did it the other way, we have a little bit more control. So for example, well, not necessarily actually. Yeah, I feel like it should probably be the way we had it. This. Save it. Okay. That one would just need, let's see here, one corner left. Yeah. So the problem is you can't just stop it. That's the problem. I see. So yeah, lots of guessing and checking here. But this sort of process of just slowly putting together all your different pieces, that's what allows for this, right? All of this clean carpet with lines going around, all this edging here, it's all just textures that we're flipping around, okay? So the same is gonna be true with this room with the wallpaper. Same mentality, nice and clean, right? We just need to figure out what to do about that. Yeah. Okay. One final thing I wanted to show you guys was the exteriors. Exteriors haven't changed much, but we have just a seamless ability to go outside to like patios and just explore, grab benches, throw them around, right? But everything is just really pretty outside too. Look at these beautiful lanterns or lampposts. That's nice. I've never seen those. Good job, Felipe. So guys, let's give a round of applause to Felipe for creating such, even the blocks here, they're purposefully designed with the perfect height of jumping. It's very, very precise in terms of sizing. Bounce pads, very precise. Shotgun. Oh, I love the shotgun. So we're really happy with how things are turning out here. And all of this is just blocks, you know, just simple blocks. But it's what makes everything look, the texturing and the sizing is what makes everything look so unique. So what I'm going to do after this live stream is I'm going to finalize this and clean it up. And hopefully tomorrow when we live stream, you guys will see that. Just remember, guys, as we wrap up, there are just probably two, maybe. There might not be any. 2 coupon codes left below for full-time game dev. So join the program. Guys, this supports the YouTube channel, but it also supports the actual game. It supports Father. So you're going to learn everything I've learned in the last 15 years of making indie games. We have great reviews, and if you're a student, feel free to say hi in the chat. For those of you who join, I will shout you out tomorrow during the live stream. But this is obviously going to support me in my studio, obviously. The funding from this funds the game, which is awesome. So thank you guys for your support. But more importantly, it does support you in your future. A 30-plus hour program with 3,000 students, a private Discord server, and it just details how to build that journey, how to go on that journey to becoming a full-time game developer. Not only the marketing, not only the funding side of things, not only the publishing side and the Kickstarter side of things, but also just how to make games. Learning C#, learning Unity, 2D, 3D. So I will see you guys tomorrow. This was super duper fun. Cheers. Bye. Get over here. Get down. Hey, thanks for watching. By the way, if you haven't downloaded that free 2D game kit below, click below. It's my treat to you. I used this game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and I actually got to play it with him in front of his audience, which was really cool. This game kit is totally free. It's my treat to you, and you can use it however you want. You can make a commercial game and make $1 million off this game kit. I don't care. Or you could just use it for a hobby project. It's my treat to you. And by the way, if you haven't clicked like, that would mean a ton to me. Hit subscribe. And also, this is important, hit that notification bell. Here's why. If you get notified of when I'm live, you can watch me make my next game and let me know in the chat what you think about the game or any ideas you have. And you might just show up. Your chat might just show up in the next video that I upload. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.